The Young Turks have yet to cover the biggest story hitting YouTube creators. The YouTube channel The Young Turks is the platform's biggest news show, but they've yet to cover the biggest story hitting content creators. Last week we told you about how The Young Turks' main channel was curiously silent on the demonetization front, all while still getting ads on videos with very safe for work content such as "Porn site protects you more than Republicans." But it's not just us who've noticed their silence on the topic. Several people on Twitter have noticed the same thing. Meanwhile, on YouTube, creator Hard Bastard poses the direct question: are the Young Turks getting special treatment from YouTube Adsense? Vlogger Zenny62 also took note. He bemoans how the Young Turks and mainstream news can get ads on Trump videos, while he can't. We know your pain, we know your pain. And while the Young Turks' main channel is still getting ads, some of their partners aren't. Pundit and Young Turks partner Jimmy Dore have been hit, as has their other partner TYT Nation, as well as Secular Talk. Ex-TYT partner David Pakman has been slammed, and he's about as progressive and family-friendly as you can get. To be clear, we want the Young Turks to get ads, but so should every other creator. So once again, we ask, Jank, Anna, why are you keeping mum on the demonetization fiasco, especially when it could be in your network's interest to battle against it? Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. While TYT is silent on demonetization, we are not. Keep watching for more. YouTube and advertisers boycott Trump-related news. YouTube and YouTube advertisers don't seem to like Donald Trump. At TomoNews, we've noticed a pattern. Any video mentioning Donald Trump, no matter how innocuous, doesn't get advertising. Take, for example, this animation on Donald Trump's presidential limo, which has generated more than 800,000 views. Who would be offended by that? YouTube and advertisers, apparently. This video earned us a healthy revenue stream from advertising, but then Donald Trump announced his controversial executive order banning travel from 7 Muslim countries, and advertising revenue plummeted. YouTube has completely demonetized the video. We checked other videos featuring Donald Trump and noticed a similar pattern. This video about the hair loss drug Propecia earns just 10% of what a normal video would get because the word Trump appears in the video's headline and metadata. And it doesn't matter if your video is for or against Trump. Just mention his name and YouTube punishes you by not giving you advertising. YouTube maintains a list of negative keywords. If you mention ISIS in your headline or metadata, you won't get advertising. YouTube apparently thinks Donald Trump is as bad as ISIS. It's no secret that Google has joined other Silicon Valley companies in opposing Trump's immigration ban. But we never thought Google would enact an advertising boycott on Trump-related news. That's bad for everyone. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. YouTube has a serious problem. YouTube has a problem with current events. It doesn't want you to stay informed, which is why they're demonetizing news story videos. Some of the worst crimes against humanity are occurring in Syria. Unfortunately, according to YouTube, that country doesn't even exist. YouTube consistently demonetizes TomoNews videos that discuss Syria in any way. Sure, most of our stories on Syria deal with the more unpleasant side of things, but we don't make the news, we just report it. We're covering the Syria gas attack story, and YouTube will no doubt demonetize that as soon as it's uploaded. YouTube is sending a clear signal that it is not a platform for the dissemination of news. Click the link in the description below to watch a playlist of our Syria videos that YouTube doesn't want you to see. Why YouTube is not a news platform. Plane crashes. Staring at a $750 million loss and huge PR debacle last month, YouTube went with a knee-jerk reaction and put broad, not well-defined, demonetization policies into place. Basically, YouTube is demonetizing important news stories. By doing so, YouTube is sending the signal that it is not a platform for the dissemination of news. YouTube has a content sensitivity category for advertisers called Tragedy and Conflict. However, YouTube still demonetizes stories, despite letting advertisers opt into this content. Just look at our stories for plane crashes. YouTube is widely inconsistent and all over the place. There must be a ton of plane crash deniers at YouTube. These guys even demonetized the Harrison Ford plane crash story. How the hell is that story offensive to anyone? Well, besides maybe Harrison Ford. To see for yourself how ridiculous YouTube's demonetization policies are, click the link in the description to a playlist of all of our not safe for YouTube plane crash videos. YouTube demonetization is going after guns now. YouTube is now targeting gun channels in its latest demonetization purge. After getting slapped with a massive ad boycott from advertisers last month, YouTube is now setting its sights on the gun world. The Firearms blog reported last week that gun-related clips across the video sharing platform were being flagged as restricted. With ad dollars drying up, many smaller gun channels could vanish altogether. Some of our videos on TomoNews dealing with gun defense stories have also been hit with demonetization. YouTube is sending the signal once more that it is not a platform for the dissemination of news. To see the TomoNews videos YouTube has deemed unsafe for advertising, click on the link to the playlist in the description. YouTube is getting screwed by advertisers, so they're screwing creators. It hasn't been a great month for YouTube, and it's been an even worse month for YouTube creators. YouTube is expected to lose $750 million in ad revenue after marketing groups in the UK noticed that their campaigns were running alongside what they consider offensive content. This caused 250 brands like Pepsi, Walmart, Starbucks, GM, AT&T, and Verizon to head for the door. So what did YouTube do? Over the weekend, they decided to screw creators like TomoNews. By killing our ad revenue because of our extremist news stories. Talking heads on the right, left, and center are all feeling the pinch now. You suck, in combination with their new restricted mode changes, which, by the way, have been fabulous for our channel, has effectively killed the will and means to create. YouTube is trying to walk a fine line between pleasing advertisers and getting people to post content, and failing horribly on both ends. In the meantime, we'd like to introduce Tomo Rainbows, not the gay ones, and Tomo Unicorns for your viewing pleasure. The Young Turks are curiously silent on YouTube demonetization. The Young Turks, one of the biggest news channels on YouTube, talk about most major news stories on the web, but they've been curiously silent on the YouTube demonetization fiasco. And guess what? Most of their recent news vids have still been getting ads. Like this one discussing North Korean missiles is getting ads. Or this one talking about porn. It has the word porn in the headline and still gets ads. And then there's this and this one, all still getting ads. It's as if YouTube has one standard for the Young Turks and a completely different standard for TomoNews and everyone else. Don't get us wrong. We want the Young Turks to get ads and get paid, just like every other YouTube creator should get ads and get paid. TYT don't hold back, nor should they have to, when it comes to Trump, ISIS, or other major stories of the day. But if we do the same, YouTube will, sooner or later, turn off the advertising money hose, leaving us with nada. And the same goes for most YouTubers who cover news. Meanwhile, TYT have still not covered the demonetization fiasco. So hey, Jank, why are you ignoring the biggest story on YouTube?